Stories of people who were buried alive are always chilling, especially as this is a common human fear. Imagine waking up 6 feet under in your coffin with no one to hear you scream. Allegedly in 1889 in Pikeville, Kentucky, a woman named Octavia Hatcher was buried alive after succumbing to a sleeping sickness. While the story is not verified, it's the stuff of local legend in Pikeville, and many residents believe the tale to be true. There is a statue standing in the local Pikeville cemetery today of Octavia Hatcher. According to legend, it was commissioned by her grieving husband after he discovered a horrible mistake had been made and Hatcher had been buried alive. Over the years, the statue has been a target of vandalism, and rumors have circulated about paranormal occurrences near the cemetery. Whether Octavia Hatcher was really buried alive or not, this hasn't stopped her tale from capturing local imagination. In the dark and haunting town of Pikeville, the tragic tale of Octavia Hatcher unfolded. On a chilling winter's night, January 4th, 1891, Octavia gave birth to a son, Jacob. But joy quickly turned to sorrow as the infant's fragile life slipped away within hours. Grief consumed Octavia, consuming her heart and soul as she descended into a harrowing abyss of despair. Days turned into months, and Octavia remained confined to her bed, haunted by her devastating loss. The weight of her sorrow grew heavier with each passing moment, casting an eerie pall over the entire house. Whispered rumors began to circulate among the townsfolk, speaking of a shadow that lingered in Octavia's room, a presence that whispered chillingly in the dead of night. As spring blossomed outside, Octavia's spirit withered within her fragile frame. Her mind became a twisted maze of anguish, tormenting her with endless nightmares and visions that blurred the line between reality and the supernatural. The air around her grew heavy and oppressive, as if an unseen force was squeezing the life out of her. On that fateful day, May 2nd, the darkness finally claimed Octavia. The town gathered in hushed anticipation, fearful of what awaited them. The doctors, with trembling hands, declared her lifeless, but her soul seemed to linger, refusing to release its grip on the physical world. Her body was laid to rest in the cold earth of the Pikeville cemetery, but her presence, like a phantom, remained. Legend tells of those who dared to venture near Octavia's grave, their hearts pounding with trepidation. Some claimed to hear her mournful cries in the dead of night, echoing through the tombstones. Others swore they saw a figure, shrouded in darkness, roaming the cemetery grounds, searching for something or someone lost. To this day, Octavia Hatcher's tale continues to send shivers down the spines of those who hear it. Her tragic existence serves as a chilling reminder of the depths of sorrow and the haunting power of the human spirit. Dare you enter Pikeville? Beware, for the ghostly presence of Octavia may still linger, waiting to ensnare those who cross her path in the realm between life and death. In the small, unsuspecting town, an eerie shadow loomed over the lives of its residents. Octavia Hatcher, a beloved wife, had recently passed away and was laid to rest in the local cemetery. However, darkness descended upon the town soon after her burial, as a mysterious affliction began to afflict its inhabitants. The townsfolk were struck by a peculiar sleeping sickness, a condition that rendered them comatose but denied them the sweet release of death. Panic gripped the community, and fear clawed at their hearts. Among those terrified by the inexplicable illness was James Hatcher, Octavia's grieving husband. As he watched helplessly while others succumbed to the mysterious ailment, a dreadful thought seized his mind. Could there have been a terrible mistake? Could his beloved wife have been buried alive, trapped in a horrifying waking nightmare beneath the cold earth? The harrowing possibility gnawed at James, tormenting him with guilt and an insatiable need for answers. Driven by desperation and an overwhelming sense of dread, James gathered his strength to uncover the truth that plagued his soul. The once tranquil cemetery now became a haunting battleground between life and death. With trembling hands and a heavy heart, he mustered the courage to unearth Octavia's grave, seeking closure and solace in the face of unspeakable terror. As the dirt was cleared away and the coffin's lid was pried open, a chilling sight awaited James, etching an indelible mark upon his shattered psyche. Octavia's once serene face was now contorted in a horrifying expression of sheer terror, frozen in eternal anguish. The fragile lining of the coffin lay torn asunder, evidence of a desperate struggle that unfolded in the depths of darkness. Broken and bloody fingernails told a haunting tale of a woman's futile fight for escape from the clutches of a premature burial. In that horrific moment, the truth was laid bare before James' eyes. Octavia Hatcher, his beloved wife, had indeed been buried alive, trapped in a coffin that became her tomb of nightmares. Her last moments on this earthly plane were ones of unimaginable terror and agony, as she succumbed to the chilling embrace of death, her desperate attempts to break free forever etched upon her lifeless form. The once quaint town was now gripped by a collective shiver, the air thick with fear and the weight of a grim revelation. The horrifying fate of Octavia Hatcher became a cautionary tale that whispered through the town's darkest corners, a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the lingering specter of the unknown. And as the moon cast its pale light upon the somber cemetery, the residents were haunted by the relentless question that echoed in their hearts: could they too be buried alive, condemned to a fate as cruel and inescapable as Octavia's? In the quiet town of Pikeville, nestled among the rolling hills, there exists a plot, shrouded in mystery and whispered tales of the supernatural. The locals speak in hushed tones about Octavia's grave, a place said to be haunted by the lingering spirit of a tormented soul. The stories, passed down through generations, paint a chilling picture that sends shivers down the spines of those who dare to listen. As darkness descends upon the land, a chorus of unsettling sounds fills the night air. The mournful cries of a phantom kitten pierce the silence, its echoes reaching the ears of the nearby residents. These spectral meows, carried on an otherworldly breeze, ignite a sense of unease, making one question the very fabric of reality. Could it be the lost feline searching for solace in the afterlife, forever bound to Octavia's resting place? But that is not all. The eerie wails of a woman, trapped between realms, seep into the ears of the brave souls who venture too close. A ghostly sobbing, hauntingly sorrowful, echoes through the darkness, sending a chill down their spines. It is the lament of Octavia's tortured spirit, forever trapped within the confines of her grave. The townsfolk speak of their encounters, of following the sound of the weeping, only to have it abruptly cease as they approach, leaving them with a sense of dread and a palpable feeling of being watched. As night after night passes, the spectral manifestations intensify, captivating the imagination of all who dare to ponder the mysteries of Octavia's grave. Shadows dance in the moonlight, whispering secrets only the departed know. The air grows thick with an unexplainable presence, an otherworldly energy that leaves even the most skeptical hearts pounding with trepidation. Visitors to Pikeville find themselves drawn to this haunted site, their curiosity mingling with a primal fear. They stand before Octavia's grave, their breath caught in their throats, feeling the weight of the unknown pressing upon them. In the stillness of the night, the veil between the living and the dead grows thin, revealing glimpses of a world beyond comprehension. Yet, Despite the terror that grips the town, an undeniable allure keeps drawing in those with an appetite for the macabre. They yearn to unlock the secrets hidden within Octavia's grave, to witness firsthand the chilling spectacles that unfold. Pikeville remains a place where the living and the dead coexist, entwined in a dance of fear and fascination, forever bound by the haunting legacy of Octavia. Deep in the heart of Pikeville, a small town shrouded in secrets, whispered tales of Octavia's vengeful spirit echoed through the community. The locals believed that her tormented soul could not rest peacefully, for she perished in the most gruesome manner imaginable. Anger fueled her ethereal presence, a wrath directed at the very town that allowed her horrifying demise. Legend spoke of a haunting sight that occurred each year on the anniversary of Octavia's tragic death. They claimed her cold, stone statue, positioned prominently in the town square, would mysteriously begin to spin. It was said that her spirit, fueled by bitterness and resentment, turned its back on Pikeville, leaving its inhabitants with a chilling reminder of their culpability. However, the true origin of the statue's eerie rotations was shrouded in a more sinister truth. Behind the scenes, mischievous college students reveled in their dark pranks, taking advantage of the town's superstitious nature. They conspired to manipulate the statue, using hidden mechanisms to make it spin on cue, savoring the terror they instilled in the townsfolk. Yet, even the most elaborate tricks must meet their end. The spinning ceased abruptly when the modern Hatcher family, who had recently moved to Pikeville, decided to protect their newfound home from vandals and trespassers. They erected a formidable fence around the statue, an impenetrable barrier that not only kept troublemakers at bay but unwittingly sealed Octavia's spirit within her lifeless form. Silence enveloped the town square, no longer disturbed by the haunting twirls of the statue. But as Pikeville's residents carried on with their lives, a lingering unease remained. They couldn't shake the feeling that the darkness surrounding Octavia's tragic fate still loomed, dormant yet restless, waiting for an opportunity to exact its revenge. In the depths of the night, whispers of the unseen grew louder, hinting at a terrifying presence ready to break free from its confinement and unleash an unspeakable terror upon the town of Pikeville once more. Deep in the heart of the forgotten cemetery, where shadows danced menacingly among the crumbling tombstones, a chilling tale unfolded. James Hatcher, a man plagued by the haunting memories of his wife's tragic demise, was consumed by an all-consuming terror. The sleeping sickness that claimed his beloved was a specter that lingered in his darkest nightmares, a constant reminder of the fragility of life. Driven to the brink of madness, James sought a solution to his torment, a desperate measure to escape the cruel grip of a premature burial. Whispers of dread spread throughout the town, speaking of an eerie custom coffin, meticulously crafted to shield him from the horrors that awaited beneath the cold, unforgiving earth. The ghastly rumors revealed that James would not succumb to such a fate without a fight. A shiver-inducing mechanism was said to reside within the eerie confines of his burial box, a harrowing string, eerily tied around his fragile finger, meticulously threaded through the damp soil above, leading to an ominous bell that ominously loomed in the somber graveyard air. Imaginations ran wild as locals contemplated the macabre scene. James, imprisoned within his custom-made coffin, enveloped in the suffocating silence of death's clutches. The mere thought sent a shudder down the spine, for in the event that he was inadvertently interred alive, a flicker of hope remained. The faint toll of the bell, echoing through the desolate graveyard, would summon forth help in a macabre symphony of salvation. But the haunting tale did not end there. Whispers on the wind suggested that James, in his quest to cheat death, had made a sinister pact with the forces of darkness. Some believed that his coffin harbored secrets far more sinister than mere escape from premature burial. Rumors swirled of forbidden rituals and sacrilegious rites, shrouding his final resting place in an impenetrable aura of malevolence. Legend has it that on moonlit nights, when the veil between the living and the dead grows thin, a mournful wail can still be heard emanating from James Hatcher's grave. Is it the mournful cry of a lost soul, forever trapped in his unholy coffin? Or perhaps a chilling reminder that death is not always the end, and that the horrors that lurk in the shadows can claim even the most desperate souls? Whichever version you choose to believe, the tale of James Hatcher and his diabolical coffin has etched its way into the annals of terror, a sinister reminder that even in death, the living may find no respite from their darkest fears. In the chilling tale that unfolded, James Hatcher's heart was shattered into a million pieces when he stumbled upon the horrifying truth. The tragic accident he uncovered was beyond his worst nightmares, leaving him teetering on the edge of insanity. As Octavia's lifeless body was laid to rest once again, James descended into a dark obsession, driven by an insatiable need to honor his late wife in a macabre and spine-chilling manner. No expense was spared as he delved deeper into his unhinged madness, delving into the depths of his twisted imagination. With the aid of a sinister artist, James commissioned the creation of an eerie memorial that would send shivers down the spines of any who dared approach it. A life-sized statue of Octavia emerged from the depths of his disturbed mind, sculpted to perfection, frozen in an eternal pose of despair and anguish. But that wasn't all. Clutched tightly in Octavia's lifeless arms, the statue held a baby boy, its features distorted into an unnerving grotesqueness. The sculptor expertly captured the sheer horror and grief that emanated from the cold, lifeless eyes of the monument. It became a haunting sight, as if the statue itself was a cursed relic, capable of stealing the souls of those unfortunate enough to gaze upon it. As night fell and shadows enveloped the eerie graveyard, rumors began to spread. Locals whispered of strange occurrences, of whispers carried on the wind and fleeting glimpses of a ghostly figure wandering among the tombstones. Some claimed to have seen the statue come alive, a spectral apparition of Octavia cradling the grotesque baby in her arms, haunting the graveyard with her sorrowful wails. Visitors who dared to venture near the grave were gripped by an unexplainable sense of dread, their hearts pounding in their chests as if possessed by an otherworldly force. The air around the memorial became thick with an oppressive darkness, and even the bravest souls hesitated to approach, fearing the consequences of disturbing the vengeful spirit forever trapped within the statue's frozen grasp. James Hatcher's descent into darkness had not only broken his own heart, but had tainted the once peaceful cemetery, transforming it into a place of nightmares. The memorial, with its ghastly statue, became a haunting testament to his overwhelming grief and obsession, forever etching his twisted love and horror into the fabric of the local lore, a chilling reminder of the price one can pay when consumed by despair. In the eerie twilight of the forsaken cemetery, a once majestic statue stood tall, yet marred by the cruel passage of time. James had commissioned the sculpture long ago, a tribute to his beloved Octavia and their precious child. But as years rolled on, the malevolence of vandals cast a shadow upon the tranquil scene. The delicate infant cradled in Octavia's arms had become a victim of their sinister intentions, dislodged from her grasp and now abandoned, lying lifeless at her feet. Its porcelain visage, once an embodiment of innocence, now shattered and fragmented, mirrored the desolation that had taken hold of the hallowed ground. Haunted by the relentless vandalism, the grief-stricken family resolved to fortify their cherished memorial. A formidable fence, wrought from cold iron, encircled the gravesite, its twisted spikes warning of the dangers lurking within. The statue, now perched atop a formidable marble base, towered above the desecrated earth, a solemn guardian elevated beyond the reach of wicked hands. Yet, the darkness persisted, as if drawn to the tragedy that had unfolded. Whispers of the night wind carried tales of restless spirits and spectral apparitions haunting the cemetery. A chill crept through the air, seeping into the bones of any who dared approach, a silent reminder of the unknown forces that dwelled within. As the moon cast its ghastly glow upon the scene, the statue's gaze seemed to shift, its stone eyes bearing witness to the sorrow and malevolence that clung to the desecrated monument. Each passing night, the forlorn souls who wandered the graveyard could sense the lingering presence of the vandal's touch, a taint that refused to be washed away. In the midst of this ethereal realm, the marred statue stood as a grim sentinel, its presence both haunting and captivating. It served as a grim reminder of the horrors that had unfolded, a chilling testament to the resilience of love against the encroaching darkness. And so, it stood, an enduring symbol of a sorrowful tale, forever etched in the fabric of the supernatural and the macabre. Deep in the heart of a secluded town, shrouded in mystery, lies a chilling tale that has haunted the residents for generations. The legend of Octavia Hatcher, a woman entombed alive, has been whispered from one terrified soul to another, its eerie echoes resonating through time. But not everyone is convinced by this macabre tale of horror. Doubts hang heavy in the air, casting an unsettling shadow over the truth that may be lurking beneath the surface. As the tale goes, Octavia's supposed burial has been recounted time and again, passed down through the ages. Yet, skeptics emerge from the depths, questioning the very fabric of this spine-tingling saga. With an air of skepticism, they raise a chilling question: where's the solid evidence to corroborate this nightmarish ordeal? Delve into the annals of history, and you'll find a void where Octavia's death should have been recorded. No faded newspaper articles from the time speak of her tragic demise, no chilling headlines warning of the horrors that unfolded. In such a small town, one would expect a tragedy of such magnitude to stir the ink of newspaper reporters, to rattle the very foundation of the tight-knit community. And yet, silence prevailed. James Hatcher's death in 1939 did find its place in the ink-stained pages, but a sinister absence loomed. There were no haunting mentions of his wife's earlier demise, no trace of the chilling fate that supposedly befell her. A dark cloud of suspicion descends upon those who dare to question, feeding the doubts that claw at their minds. With each passing day, the tendrils of skepticism weave a web of intrigue, drawing brave souls into its gossamer embrace. What if this tale, woven so intricately through generations, is nothing more than the fabric of local legend? What if the truth lies buried in the darkest recesses of human imagination? But be warned, for the allure of the unknown can be the most terrifying of all. As you wander through the labyrinthine corridors of this chilling tale, prepare to confront the ghostly whispers that hang heavy in the air. The truth may elude you, veiled in the mists of uncertainty, leaving you to ponder the enigma of Octavia Hatcher's burial, an enigma that continues to send shivers down the spines of those who dare to delve into its haunting depths. In the dimly lit town of Pikeville, whispers echoed through the streets, carrying the chilling tale of Octavia Hatcher. Her story sent shivers down the spines of those brave enough to listen, for it was steeped in darkness and cloaked in mystery. Octavia Hatcher, the daughter of one of Pikeville's most influential and affluent families, was said to have met a fate so gruesome that even the bravest souls trembled at the mere mention of her name. Her father, James Hatcher, was an esteemed businessman, known for his wealth and power. Some believe that it was this very power that allowed Octavia's horrifying demise to be concealed from the prying eyes of the world. The whispers spoke of a death so ghastly that it remained hidden within the shadows, buried deep within the secrets of the Hatcher family. Whispers hinted at dark rituals, macabre sacrifices, and the darkest of family secrets. Speculation ran rampant that Octavia's wealthy kin had orchestrated an elaborate cover-up, a sinister pact designed to protect their reputation and shield their business from the crippling blow that the truth would surely bring. Within the walls of their opulent mansion, eerie silence fell upon the once vibrant halls. The air grew thick with unspoken horrors, as the memory of Octavia lingered like a malevolent specter. The townsfolk gazed upon the Hatcher estate with a mixture of fear and morbid curiosity, the secrets it held gnawing at their insatiable hunger for the truth. But the absence of newspaper articles only fueled the fire of speculation. Some dismissed Octavia's tale as mere myth, a figment of overactive imaginations. Yet, others swore by the authenticity of her story, their convictions unshaken. They believed that the wealthy elite of Pikeville, with their web of power and influence, had woven a sinister tapestry of deceit, ensuring that Octavia's haunting tale would never see the light of day. And so, the whispers persisted, weaving their way through the darkest corners of Pikeville, as the legacy of Octavia Hatcher lived on. A story that transcended time, etching itself into the very fabric of the town's history, forever casting a shadow upon its once idyllic facade. For those who dared to delve deeper, the tale of Octavia Hatcher became an unending nightmare, a reminder that the most chilling horrors often lurk behind the veils of wealth and power. Pikeville, forever haunted by the enigma of Octavia Hatcher, stood as a cautionary tale, a stark reminder that darkness can take root in the most unexpected places, and that some secrets are better left buried in the depths of the unknown. Deep within the shadows of grief, James Hatcher endured a haunting solitude after the tragic demise of his beloved wife, Octavia. The chilling abyss of his existence was further accentuated by the loss of his only son, Jacob, leaving him engulfed in a desolate world. Yet, within his anguished heart, an unwavering dedication to family persisted. As the years wore on, James found solace in nurturing the lives of his 7 nephews, weaving a fragile tapestry of familial bonds amidst the darkness. His fortune, a flickering beacon of hope, was devoted to shaping their futures, guiding them through the corridors of education. The specter of Octavia cast a profound influence on his choices, driving him to construct a monument to their love, a place where her essence would be forever enshrined. Thus, the Hatcher Hotel came to life, emerging from the depths of James' twisted desires. Its ominous structure defied the laws of normality, an architectural nightmare constructed at a ghastly angle. The distorted angles created a disorienting sensation, reflecting James' fractured mind. But there was a twisted purpose behind this grotesque masterpiece. From the somber heights of the Hatcher Hotel, James sought to establish an unholy connection to his lost love. He longed for a macabre vantage point, a perch that would grant him an unobstructed view of Octavia's final resting place. A place where he could watch over her, even in death. The chilling intent behind this morbid creation sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to glimpse its forlorn silhouette. But James' insidious desires did not cease with his own mortal demise. Time marched on, relentlessly, for 5 decades after Octavia's passing. In the end, when death's icy embrace finally claimed James Hatcher, his unearthly yearnings were fully realized. His cold, lifeless form was laid to rest at the feet of his eternal love, in a dark, unhallowed union that would chill the hearts of all who heard the tale. And so, the legacy of James Hatcher lived on, a chilling reminder of love twisted by sorrow, a haunting tale of a man consumed by darkness. The Hatcher Hotel, forever marred by the phantoms of his tormented soul, stood as a testament to the depths one's obsession can reach. It whispered tales of a man who defied the boundaries between life and death, forever fused to his beloved Octavia, their spirits entwined in a macabre dance of eternity. Deep in the shadows of history, a horrifying tale unfolds. The chilling outbreak of a mysterious sleeping sickness, shrouded in darkness, still haunts the minds of those who dare to ponder its enigmatic origins. One victim, Octavia Hatcher, fell victim to an unfathomable twist of fate, an accidental burial that would forever etch her name into the annals of the macabre. Whispers of terror echo through the eerie fog of uncertainty as speculations abound, each one more terrifying than the last. Some suggest a malevolent virus, carried by insidious mosquitoes, silently lurking in the night, injecting its victims with a deadly slumber. Was this the wicked hand that conspired to steal Octavia's very life force, casting her into a perpetual nightmare? But there are those who delve deeper into the realm of nightmares, venturing into the realm of the paranormal. An unsettling theory takes hold, an ominous gas, noxious and malefic, escaping from the bowels of a nearby coal mine. As it seeped into the air, its sinister tendrils entwined with the unsuspecting souls, numbing their senses and lulling them into an eternal sleep. Was Octavia merely a pawn in this unearthly chess game, inadvertently entangled in a horrifying dance between the realms of the living and the dead? In this terrifying chronicle, the true cause remains elusive, teasing the limits of human comprehension. Will the veil of uncertainty ever be lifted, or shall it forever hang over this dreadful chapter? The secrets of that fateful outbreak, their whispered horrors, may forever remain locked away in the shadows, leaving us to shudder at the unexplained, the enigma that is Octavia Hatcher's accidental burial.